Manchester United 4, Leeds 0. The second game of pre-season ends in a very comfortable win for Manchester United. It really did, and pretty damn pleased with that run out for Manchester United. Really, another clean sheet as well. So can't argue with that. To be honest, the pre-season started well, and you just want to get a good pre-season under your belt, ready to go for the start of the new season. The actual results don't really matter too much, but it is better to get the victories to build that confidence up. And we've seen a similar lineup to what we put out in the second half against Perth. I think only one was Angel Gomez started on the substitutes bench for this one, and the other two changes from that second half against Perth were Bay and Lindelof coming in as well. And I think that was a better team out there than the second half one, with Pogba pulling the strings in midfield, and you've got Greenwood, Rashford, and obviously James up front. A lot of pace there, causing them problems. And I thought the opening stages we done decent, to be honest. Getting the early goal, nice finish from Mason Greenwood from Wan-Bissaka's assist. Hopefully we see a lot more of that this season. And he's had a lot of chances in the last couple of games as Mason Greenwood. He got a few against Perth and against Cardiff in the previous game at the end of last season, and just couldn't put one in the back of the net. Had chances that you would expect him to take, and you know that when he gets them chances on a regular basis, you're confident that eventually he's going to score, because he's taken these chances in the under 18s and under 23s. So it was only a matter of time before he scores. The bigger worry would be if he wasn't getting the chances, to be honest. But if he keeps getting that amount of chances, the goals are going to flurry. I'm really pleased that he scored the first goal of the game. The amount of times in the under 18s you'd look at the score, Mason Greenwood always the first goal scorer near enough. Hopefully he can replicate that at some point in the first team, and I think that he should at least be getting a lot of substitutes appearances this season at Manchester United. I mean, he's performing at a higher level at this moment in time for me than the likes of Lingard, Anthony Martial. I know it's only a little bit of pre-season, but he still is performing at a higher level than them, if you include that Cardiff game as well. So I don't see why he can't be in the squad for that match day one against Cardiff. I really don't, because I think he's performing at a higher level than them at this moment. And I think if you're performing at a high level, you should be included in the team. And we've seen a second very well taken goal in the first half from Marcus Rashford. Really well taken, could put it past the defender and slotted it in past the keeper. Very, very well taken, and that will hopefully do him the world of confidence, the world of good. Scoring 2 in 2 halves, so that's two in 90 minutes, which is fantastic. Hopefully he can improve again this season. He scored only 13 goals last season, but it was in less games than the 13 goals, which was his best tally from the previous season. So he is getting better. Hopefully he can improve on that, and it does look like Solskjaer wants to go with this front three of exciting attacking players, and it does look like Lukaku is completely out of his plans. And if Lukaku goes, he goes, because I'm excited to see the likes of James and obviously Greenwood getting opportunities. They're exciting young players, and I'm more impressed with James than I was when we signed him. I thought he was just going to be a complete squad player for this season, and I thought we needed a more established player in the team, but so far he's done very, very well. It's only pre-season. He did hit the post in that first half, which was a bit disappointing. I'd like to have seen that gone in. That was the second one that hit the post. I think Rashford hit the post in the opening minutes, was it? And he's very, very quick. He's going to cause a lot of defenders. I did say that before. He's going to cause a lot of defenders problems with his pace, but it's just, is he good enough to play week in, week out in the Premier League? And that is still going to be the problem. I still think a lot of his majority of his games could come from the substitutes bench or in the Europa League this season. But second half, we've swapped around the whole team. We've seen the likes of Chong and Gomez come onto the pitch in the second half. We've seen Martial come on, Lingard. So a whole different team. We get the third goal, I think it was about 50 odd minutes, bullet headed from Phil Jones. He doesn't score many goals, so that was a surprise there to see him. But we didn't see no Axel Tuanzebe. Is it potentially that he's going out alone? It would be disappointing for me. I would sooner one of Jones or Smalling go, to be honest, or Rojo, to allow Axel Tuanzebe to get some minutes. It was disappointing we didn't see him today, because I think that the potential is there to surpass these players, but because Jones and Smalling are not getting any better, they make too many mistakes. But we will have to wait and see there. But Gomez looked decent again. Chong caused a few problems and won a penalty for Manchester United. Thought it was a bit better than in the previous game. And Anthony Martial stepped up and took it. It would have been nice to have seen Chong, who actually won the penalty, step up and take the penalty himself to get him a little bit of confidence. But they gave it to Martial, took the penalty, slotted it home. And that was it, to be honest. A decent run out for Manchester United. We saw Jimmy Garner come on late on in this game again, like he did in that previous game. I don't know if it's going to be a bit like it is at the moment, where probably Greenwood is seen as the youngster with the potential to play more minutes and more games this season, and then the others, you're looking at obviously Gomez, who's dropped his shirt number. I think it's 28 now. He's wearing in this. So if he's given the 28 shirt, will he get more minutes as well? And then it's up to Chong and Garner to also try and get some more minutes, but maybe on the back step a little bit. But I wouldn't be too disheartened if Garner does get quite a few minutes in the Europa League this season, with obviously Matic coming towards the end of his time, very, very slow. I'm not too sure if he's going to be good enough for the Premier League anyway this season. And if Garner can get in the groove, could he potentially just slot into that team? I know Solskjaer did come out and say he's very, very young and inexperienced at the moment, but you never know what could happen. He could become... I mean, he scored a nice goal in that previous game against Perth. That should give him the world of confidence. But it does remain to be seen, if we do sign another midfielder, will it push some of these down the pecking order a bit? But we will have to wait and see. But overall, pretty damn happy with that Manchester United have got the job done in this game, got a bit of confidence going with the likes of Greenwood scoring, who probably would have dropped his confidence had he missed a good few chances again today, because he's missed a few in the last couple of games, but kept at it and got himself a goal today. Did have another chance at the side netting, but hopefully if he just keeps plugging at it, he will score goals this season. So it could be exciting times for Manchester United. We just will have to wait and see. But young and exciting front forward line for Manchester United. We go again in the next one against Inter Milan, ready for the start of the season. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon.